Hey everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you all doing today?
Fine.
Pretty good, apparently.
I think we're mostly pretty good here.
Some of us are trying not to die of laughter, apparently.
Joke right before we go live. That was hilarious.
I'm glad someone thinks I'm funny, aside from my wife. That's nice.
Yeah, that makes two people then.
Yeah, we got 2 out of hundreds. Wonderful. So welcome to Shenanigans, everybody. How's everyone doing today on this fine autumn afternoon or evening, depending on where you live?
Morning.
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm lately.
Pretty dark outside. You know.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm lately. I think yesterday was like 83 or something.
What is your latitude,
75.
Victor? Simon? What is your latitude? Do you know?
What?
I don't know.
How far
Who knows
north
that?
are you? Do you have the
like,
longitude?
I don't know the exact coordinations of where I am.
Okay.
Yes, I know, like, on top of my head. No, but if you want to know how the weather is lately, it's pretty cold.
I
But,
see.
you know.
Are you getting snow yet?
No, probably not for another month, though.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you guys
We'll
are pretty
see.
far north. Oh my god, it looks like
Yeah.
you're Canada height. You crazy bastards. You crazy bastards.
I'm sitting at a nice 45.5 degrees north. So fall weather.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. I'm on top of my latitude.
With a few minutes of prep time.
With a quick Google.
Yeah, about 21 and a half degrees north. Neal, for your reference, that's like at the tip of Baja.
Okay, thank you, Connor. I'm sitting at a comfortable 40 degrees north. It's quite nice. But that's enough of our latitudes. Clearly not important for today's Shenanigans episode.
No,
I hope everyone's...
That's enough of your latitude, son.
It's not about the longitude, it's about the latitude line.
So let's go around the table and introduce our characters. We're just going to go in the traditional order, which today starts with Gregory. Who are you playing?
Hey, I'm playing Gianni Vegas. I'm a big man with a lot of muscles, except in my legs, little tiny legs. I don't do leg day. I got a nice, perfect set of blonde hair. Comes out in a little mohawk, and I talk like this.
All right, Johnny, I got one more question for you.
Sure, man.
Describe to me your perfect first date.
Oh man, well, we would go out, have a nice fancy dinner, and then go back to our room and stare in the mirror and how beautiful we are together. Hey.
That's very good. That's far more wholesome than I was expecting. Nick, who are you and who are you playing today?
I'm Nick. I don't do much. There's a fly in my house, which is weird because it's late into fall. Just fall.
Do you not get flies in the fall?
It's weird that there's one still alive in my house at this point. So, a black fly of all things.
So you need to reevaluate like how much garbage you keep around.
No, they just like get in through a window and then can't leave or survive, so they die.
And I have a question for you as well here.
Mm-hmm.
Of the states in New England, which is the shittiest? I know you must have a strong opinion on this.
No, not really.
Really?
No.
That's disappointing.
Okay. I just know that the drivers from Massachusetts tend to be assholes. That's about it.
Drivers from the Northeast are just very aggressive.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you my theory about how to make people better drivers?
No, but I am all ears.
All right. I've decided that most people in Oregon can't drive because they've never had to drive in a really crowded, really aggressive area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to give you a driver's license until you do a 3-month internship in one of the largest traffic areas in the world. You got, or in the country. You got to go to San Francisco, LA. You got to go to Dallas, Fort Worth. You got to go to like New York or
Boston.
I'm sure there's probably somewhere in the Midwest. I don't know. Midwest has a big city, right? I'm sure. And you have to do a 3-month tenureship in one of those areas and like not get in a crash and learn how to drive, and then you can have your driver's license.
So basically, no one ever gets a driver's license because no one wants to live in a Midwest city for 3 months.
You know, I mean, you got to do it. Otherwise, you know.
So
Yeah, tough
Greg,
shit. I just won't
not
ever
crowded
go to
in
a city.
Portland, but
Yeah,
Portland is
south.
artificially creating its own traffic by putting the speed limit so fucking low.
Portland screwed up because years ago they
and
had the
terrain.
opportunity to expand their freeway and like road systems to account for their growing populace. And the legislature said, no one's gonna move to Portland. We're gonna be the same forever. And they didn't expand their roads, and now there's too many people here.
Yep.
But it's still nothing compared, it's nothing compared to Dallas Fort Worth. Just drive in Dallas Fort Worth for a week and then come back and you'll just be a better driver.
Aren't you just causing more people into traffic if you have to like intern like in the city? You're just causing like all the people have to like congregate in cities. Like
It will make traffic worse in those areas. That is undeniable, but it will make people better drivers in the long term.
What if we just create like a training city that isn't in the Midwest or in Texas?
Make a city in North Dakota somewhere, and all the trainees have to go there.
Perfect. That way they'll get to learn about snow and wind and all the things.
And we get to go, and we have a reason to go to North Dakota.
For those of you not from the United States, there is nothing in North Dakota ever at all. I'm sorry if you're from North Dakota, but at the same time, I'm not, because there are no viewers from North Dakota because no one lives there.
That's great. It sounds like a great way to create revenue for North Dakota then.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually think like North Dakota has like
There's oil in North
and
Dakota.
it's just like being able to make your own guns or something like that.
Yeah. They're interesting folk out there.
Yeah.
Don't piss them off. Moving on to Connar. Hey, buddy. Congratulations on your promotion. And who are you and who are you playing today?
I'm Connar. Nick was talking about having a fly in his house. At any given point, I've got at least 5 different types of bugs in my house because I live in Hawaii. And when you live in a tropical paradise, bugs get places. So it's hard to tell if you've got like a cockroach infestation because you saw an cockroach, or if he's just like a freaking hobo that came in from outside and managed to find his way in your house and you just gotta boom, smack him and he's done.
Do you prefer the hobo cockroaches or the permanent resident cockroaches?
Hobo cockroaches because I kill them and it's done until the next one comes along. Okay. There was one point where I had some crayons and they were eating the crayons. That was weird.
That's interesting.
Yep. But
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's like wax and stuff, so it's organic, and cockroaches aren't picky. They'll eat anything organic, including, crayons, I guess.
Non-toxic.
And people.
And
Yes,
people.
people are.
Yes. People are
Eventually.
non-toxic as well.
Is it a crayon or
Oh,
a
no.
crayon?
Some people are pretty
So-
toxic.
Crayon.
So here's my theory on this. I watched a
not getting involved
video
in this
on it the other day. The first person said crown. I was like, that's fucking retarded. There is no O or W in there in between the Y and the R. I say crayon because if you say crayon, you sound dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say crayon, just say crayon and then start speeding it up, and eventually it just kind of becomes crayon.
Yeah.
The problem I have with crayon is it sounds like I'm gonna have a nice glass of juice.
Mm-hmm.
Crayon.
Cranberry juice.
Hmm.
I mean, if I wanted a
Cranberry
nice
juice,
glass
yeah.
of juice, I'd just say I want some cranberry juice.
Hmm.
And then
Really?
they would give you
Like,
juice
I would
from a
order- like, if I
crayon
went to a
because
restaurant, I'd
that's
order
the way you're saying it.
Cranberry. Like, I
I've
understand
derailed
that
this conversation multiple times. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself. And then,
fine. I
All
love
right.
talking about stuff like this. Then
Connor,
I get to tell
I-
everyone else they're wrong.
I have a
Torque is
question for
awesome,
you
he's
too.
level 5.
Okay, cool. What is
I think it's
the most exotic animal you've seen since you've been in Hawaii?
Just a second. It's gonna take. Like, honestly, for all the places I go, there aren't that many exotic animals.
About those carnivorous caterpillars.
Giant sea turtles.
Yep. I have not seen. I saw a tortoise. And like, wasn't. It was big, but it wasn't as big as like those freaking huge sea turtles that don't really go up on land much. No, I'd say the most exotic thing I saw was like this foot-long centipede,
Oh wow.
and I fucked right off when I saw that thing. Those things are mean, and the way you gotta kill them is like dump them in a bucket of bleach.
That sounds awful.
That's terrifying.
Why do you need to kill the foot-long centipede?
Because they fucking
That's
bite.
inherent in the name, Neal.
They're yeah, foot-long centipede. They're aggressive. You can't just stomp on them. Like if you cut them in half, you now have 2 6-inch long centipedes.
But how can a centipede be aggressive? What is it doing? Like getting up in your face and like waving
Like,
at you with all of its
crawling up
arms,
your
or what?
leg and biting you. How would you feel if you had a foot-long insect, or I guess it's not an insect at that point,
Okay.
foot-long centipede crawling up your leg?
I would probably scream like a little girl and then throw it out of the house and shut the door and go continue with my day.
Those fuckers are fast.
All right.
But
So-
yeah,
I
no,
will not
it's
believe
just
that. All right.
Here's the thing.
If you try a bucket of water, it takes forever, and that guy might crawl out, especially if you're not using. I think you want to use like glass so they can't actually crawl out of it.
Hmm.
So that's why I use the bleach, so it gets done faster.
Okay.
And
So, millipedes just chose legs 3 times. You know, they wanted legs, they wanted legs, they wanted legs.
Mm-hmm.
Centipedes chose legs, legs, and then teeth.
I feel like I'm missing
whatever
the
the
rest
hell
of this
they have.
joke.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep moving on with our cast because we've only gotten halfway through in like 15 minutes. Rob, who are you and who are you playing today?
I am Viglafs.
And who are you
That's
playing
it.
today?
Viglaf does not play anyone because why would he when he is already Viglafs?
Okay.
That is the best thing to be.
Good, good. And Viglof, I have a question for you. What do we want?
I have not thought of this. I've only meditated on what is best in life. But what do we want?
Mm-hmm. What do we want, Viglof?
I have meditated and now it is clear. We want our MTV.
All right. Moving on. Simon, who are you and who are you playing today?
Yeah, I am Simon, also known as Chippendale. And I am playing Victor von Schnaab, the very, well, I guess I would say, prideful, posh perhaps, very important. Probably other people just describe him as arrogant, douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And Simon,
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
have
ready.
a question for you as well. Are you? Good. How long until you guys take back Copenhagen and return it to its rightful owners?
That's a very good question indeed. See, it all starts with let's see here. We have to first seize control over Bornholm, which is like a military, like a military strategic point. It's like an island in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to seize that first. We can
Mhm.
create like a stronghold on that.
Mhm,
We can
mhm.
keep like supply lines keeping steady.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I propose. I see like a complete takeover of Copenhagen in the next 2 or 3 years.
Oh, wow, that's soon. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Because I visited Copenhagen once, and let's just say everyone there sounds a little funny, and I'd like to be able to return when they sound more normal.
Yeah, they clearly have to get that porridge out of their mouths,
Right. Excellent. Moving on. Last but not least, we have Jason. Who are you and who are you playing today? I'm so sorry, Danes, but not really.
Not really.
All right, I'm Jason. I just do stuff at my home and on the internet, and that's pretty much it. I don't do anything else. Anyways, I play Kyla. She's a elf with a bunch of daggers. She's really good. She's really good at throwing them.
He's
Wonderful.
about to get a bunch of magic ones to throw.
A bunch, or just I don't know.
A bunch.
I already gave her mine.
And Jason, can you tell me what things are Oregon second to California in? Because of course you can't be first in the nation about anything, but what are you second in, clearly, to California?
Deserts.
Oh, do you have a lot of deserts in Oregon?
No, we're second. Well, there's the east side of Oregon is deserty. Yeah,
I always forget that. Okay.
everyone
Second
does.
Mm-hmm.
That's
not all.
Everyone just
They're
forgets
actually
Oregon
nice.
is
They
because there's
remind me of
nothing
home.
over there.
They're very El Paso-esque.
They are.
Okay. All right. Enough of all this. It's been way too long. We should be in game by now. So let's hop into Shenanigans proper, figure out where you guys are and what you're doing in game. Let's zoom out on our little mappy map here. Here is Shenanigans, and let's get some in-game soundtracks going. You're all sitting down at a spot, at a table. Where would you like to be sitting today, everyone?
Right
I'm so
here.
glad you asked. Right there.
Okay. Okay. Back in the shady, dark corner near the fireplace and the staircase, where no one can see you, and you only get the dregs of the jobs from people who saw the people who were sitting in obvious places. Great.
No, we're just very discerning about our jobs. Can't just take them from anybody.
Okay. So you're sitting around the table, and I think most people in this group are familiar with at least one or two other people here. And what's the conversation at the table like today?
Bigloff demands to know what is going on. There are none of the decorations. Do you not understand that it is Oktoberfest?
Oh man, what's Oktoberfest? Never heard of it.
Oktoberfest. It is when you put out the bowls of the honey and the fish so that the dreaded October will fill upon them before it hibernates instead of eating the town. Oktoberfest.
That sounds like a very important thing, man. Got to protect the town.
I agree. I do not understand.
Oh, well, let's get some honey and some fish, man. Yo, I'll talk to Boris. Or Boris? I never know his name.
Writing down stats.
An Octobear does sound pretty terrifying.
Might taste interesting though.
Are you suggesting eating the Octobear?
Now, does it have 8 heads or 8 limbs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty bad.
Are you sure it's not just 8 different bears?
I wish you would not pursue this because Neal would have had it maybe be a bear with 8 tentacles. At which point, when we killed it, I would have said, that's not the Octobear. Or he might have made it be 8 bears that were linked together. And when we killed that, I would have said, that's not the real Octobear. The Octobear has 8 tentacles. But you have ruined the entire gag.
Well, just because the gag is ruined doesn't mean it can't happen.
Agreed. We will go on and pretend we know nothing of this humiliation.
Alright.
Much as Neal's wife does every day.
Can I change who I'm playing? Because I feel like the party's about to get wiped.
No, you cannot change who you're playing.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kyla hides.
Man. Incinerated.
Wow. I don't know
my
why
God.
I keep inviting him back to play Shenanigans when I suffer this abuse every week.
You need some cold water for that, Neal.
I really do. Great.
Hey Neal, I got some aloe vera if you need it.
Thanks, Connar.
Oh boy.
It's all right.
Leaving the wealth behind.
Apparently, I am highly unprepared for burns.
What is this lightning cloud? It is forming over me.
So it's a busy day in Shenanigans. It's like 90% full. It's quite packed in here. You're having trouble even, signaling Desmond at the bar. Jackson, the stable boy, has been temporarily promoted from horse manure shoveler to food delivery boy. What do you call it? Waiter.
Busboy?
Busboy.
How's his self-esteem nowadays?
Oh, pretty non-existent.
Still?
Yeah, I mean, you can give someone like a shining moment in their life and they'll probably treasure it, but if without continued practice at that shining moment, they tend to regress back to their introverted and shy ways.
No, hold on.
Probably.
We gave him a love potion that he drank while looking at himself. He loves himself.
He can be in love with himself and still embarrassed by himself at the same time.
It's a secret love.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Known only late at night when no one else is watching.
Completely one-sided.
Yeah, and you know how awkward that must make him feel? Like, when he's so in love with himself and nobody else is, and it's like, it's this forbidden secret, basically. He can't publicly be in love with himself.
A duality of the heart, It's just
exactly.
You do not need to be loved by everyone, only by one special person. Is what losers say.
So
True wisdom there, Vigloff. True wisdom.
Yeah.
Truth hurts sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Truth indeed. So you're hanging around in the packed bar. Jackson comes over with a plate of what do we call them? French fries topped with chili and cheese and a little bit of onion. Brings it over, sets it down at your table. You guys definitely didn't order this, but it's his first day as a waiter, and he's confused. Yeah.
We eat it anyway.
Freedom fries.
Vigloff,
really
do you
good.
want this?
Yeah.
I mean, they smell like losers. Like, the French fries.
These are freedom fries.
Oh.
No, what you I say.
Drekkus fries.
You Brad.
Boy.
Great, yeah. So you're just sitting around your table. And
Let's chow down on some chili fries.
the chili cheese freedom fries, they
Yeah.
are pretty fucking good, actually. You don't know where this chili comes from. They don't usually serve chili here, but this is... In fact, I'm going to ask you all to make me a grub skill check at +5.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dang.
I don't have
+5. I will say I am a connoisseur. So oh wow, barely passed.
Wow. Damn, those are some high rolls.
Those are some good chili fries.
Like,
I don't
Got a grub
particularly
skill,
care
yeah.
for this pedestrian food, but I must admit it's still, they're passive.
so like freaking Johnny Vegas. I feel like Johnny Vegas, Viglops, and I are just like fighting over the fries.
All right, man.
Mhm.
Lay off those fries. They're mine, baby.
Oh, they're mine.
You can have it. I like Desmond. Some of your top shelf, please.
Desmond comes over himself with a nice glass bottle of Ruski whiskey, is what it's called. And he says, sorry, Victor, but this stuff is actually expensive. I'm actually going to need you to pay for this one.
How much?
10 gold.
Done.
Okay. He hands you the giant bottle of Ruski whiskey and heads back to the bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I got a 35. Can I tell if the freedom fries are some sort of plot hook or just flavor?
Great.
You can tell that they taste like danger. You know, like danger for your aortas, danger for your arteries.
Right.
I'm gonna have to do some extra push-ups to work this off, but it's worth it. Oh.
I think we'll get the exercise we need today for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
It's just you know.
Once every week, there's this day that we definitely get enough
Oh,
exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a rest 1 week and then like like days and days of travel.
Every day.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are sitting around enjoying your fries. Well, some of you are enjoying your fries. Yeah. And there's a couple of folks that come in through the door and start looking for mercenaries to hire to protect their wagon trains of these supplies. Someone comes in looking for a personal bodyguard because someone's stalking them, but finds their personal bodyguard pretty quickly. Another person comes in reporting horse thieves, and a group goes off with them, and you find yourself. It's like the middle of the day, and no jobs have come around for you guys yet, and you're sitting around enjoying your various foods and drinks. And what is the feeling when it's been a good half day of waiting and nothing's come up?
If we can keep getting those freedom fries, who gives a shit?
Vigloff does not worry, because Vigloff is extremely manly, and something big can come up at any moment.
Well, I'm thinking. I'm spending so much time around these people. I gotta start finding some lovely ladies to spend my time with. You know what I mean? Gotta give them the privilege of Johnny Vegas. So I start looking around.
I was waiting for Rob to finish that with like me.
I mean, no judgment. I'm sure he's a lovely man. I'm all the man I need.
Yes, you should definitely go and put your moves on the ladies.
Yes.
They always slap him. This is hilarious.
I know.
A few minutes later, a group of 5 folk come in. They're all wearing these sort of long, what do you call them? Like voluminous, droopy, baggy clothes. Some of them are a little bit tattered. They're brightly colored, though. Lots of tassels, lots of like linen and cotton and leather mixed in here. They go over to Desmond, who kind of like waves them off to a group of dwarves. And within like 3 seconds of meeting the dwarves are, flinging things at them and yelling at them. And they walk away carefully and head over to you guys. And
Look, hipsters.
Yeah. The
reggae
lead
group.
the lead lady approaches you.
Hey,
And-
colorful mama, how's it going?
Oh, thanks, man. Like, I'm glad you appreciate my colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I like your tassels.
Oh,
You want to see
these
me
just
wear
says
some
like,
tassels?
yeah, we know we have an extra hat with tassels in the wagon. Like, we're looking for some people to help us find our way home because we're a little lost. And like, if you want some tassels, our homes have tassels in them.
Huh, it's a damsel in distress. Where's your home? I'll get you there.
Thanks, man. Yeah, those
think a
dwarves
big
are like
swing.
super rude about it.
I take a big swig from like the whiskey and I pass it to the other party members. Oh boy.
Where's home?
Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, I kind of forgot.
Oh no,
Forgot for your
I have
home.
that problem too sometimes. I get lost looking at myself in the mirror.
Yeah. You know what? We were taking this medicine, and when we finally, like, the smoke cleared and everything, we weren't home anymore. And it's all kind of foggy, you know?
Yeah.
It was like on the sea, near some tall cliffs that like surrounded it on 3 sides. It was it's home, man, and we're just like looking for someone to help us get back there.
It's home.
Yeah.
Vigloff stares at the chest of one of them, and he starts slowly pulling out his dagger. Says, "You know, they say that home is where the heart is."
So you
That is
stabber.
like so true. In a sense, we're kind of home right now, you know, like this place feels cozy. But we need to get some of our like ritualistic tools for the next ceremony, and like we don't have any here. So can you take us to our house? Because we do feel at home right now.
Vigloff. It's home is where the hearth is. Come on.
Are you sure?
That makes so much sense. Because, you know, like the
Yo,
hearth
I
is
mean,
the
now,
center of
there's
the
a fireplace
home.
right there.
It's where it's warm and the fires of passion can be kindled. I get that, man. Yeah.
Because we could
it's
finish this
really-
mission very quickly right now if it was where the heart is.
We could solve this pretty quickly, Vigloff. You are right.
There's also a hearth right over there, so that's a pretty quick fix too.
Right, that's
Cool.
what,
Yeah.
But they were
Well-
looking for their hearts.
Well,
or
like, no
hearts.
pressure. If you guys aren't interested, that's fine. But we're gonna go like cuddle around the hearth and like warm up for a little bit. And if you want to help us, we would be happy to have you along on our journey wherever you take us.
What's
Is this
the
one of
pay?
those missions where the reward is knowing that you have done something good for somebody else?
Are you gonna say it's about the journey?
I don't know. These guys seem pretty weird. I feel like they might forget they have something pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have all sorts of like ceremonial tools and objects, and you know, like
I feel like most of your ceremonial tools and objects have only recently been legalized in California and Colorado.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Canada, man.
Don't forget Canada.
Yeah. All right. I'm not sure what that means, but cool, bro. Yeah.
I think
We're-
Canada is the state just north of Oregon.
Are we just merging Oregon and Washington now? Like, are they just one state?
I mean, Seattle does want to be the exact same as People's Republic of Portland, so.
They're basically the same. We should just merge them into one super state.
There's been talk about that.
Yeah.
Does,
Like,
does sales
If
tax go away?
Washington and
for
Oregon
Washington?
were merged, they would be a super state.
Probably what would end up happening is they just like cut 2 states in half down the Cascades and then merge the east
You get
and west sides.
Eastern and Western.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it
if we
makes
were
more
sense.
Super
Yeah,
state
they
sounds
would
like
be-
Orwellian.
They would be Washington, and the eastern part would be
Cascadia.
no picture available.
Yeah. So the hipsters head off to the fireplace to go warm their bones, leaving you guys to discuss the prospects of this bizarre mission.
Oregon.
I reserve the right to kill them in cold blood.
So,
What?
okay, I understand you've been having
Should their reward not be, you know,
Whiskey-
as good
whiskeys.
as the, you know, to, you know,
but they haven't done anything terribly annoying yet.
it's not what they're not doing just yet, it's what they are going to do to us in a matter of days. That I feel is going to be the
Like I
breaking
said,
point.
yet.
Yeah. Okay, we're on the okay. All right. Here, have some whiskey.
So what are we? We're just gonna do it and see what happens. Is that what's going on?
That's the way I live my life.
Maybe I'll
enough.
have a beautiful mirror for you, Johnny. You can
Hey, another mirror.
Lost it.
Yeah. How's the lighting in this one? Cool.
I'm surrounded by morons. I mean, what? All right. So, what do we think that their prospects can be? You know, do we think this is worth it?
I take a look at them, Neal. and I try to detect magic.
You try to detect magic on them.
I have a 70% chance.
Oh shit! All right.
I have a strong feeling that if we help them, they will give us some substances, and that the adventure will be animated and include a submarine of a very unusual color.
Wow.
Probably.
You actually get a weird reading on this. They're not carrying any magical items, but the leader of that group is like innately magical herself. You seem somehow you're just getting like auras off of her that are like multicolored, kind of like wobbling and wibbling in and out. It looks like some sort of like
also
visualization.
timey-wimey?
There's no timey-wimey right now. That comes later.
Maybe she's been going inside.
All right, I'll kind of like, kind of think for a moment, and then look to the rest of the group and be like, well, it looks interesting. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Are they all humans? Or were they dancers?
Do they all look human?
Yeah, they're all human. Definitely. Except maybe one of them might be a half elf. It's hard to see. He's got long hair that's like kind of matted together and it's blocking his ears.
Oh, so in the typical hipster fashion, doesn't shower. Excellent.
Yeah. But I mean, no one showers in this period of time. They're all hipsters.
Johnny's gonna spell that for the ladies. I'll do my best.
I think I try to look my best every day, but alright.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're looking for a place that has 3 cliff sides. Is that how it was described? Like they were on the
By
ocean.
the sea.
Yeah, they were on the sea, and they could see like 3 cliffs or something. Like they were surrounded on 3 sides or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Does anyone want to tell them that you're taking their job, or are you just gonna like go find them a home without telling them? Because that sounds pretty awesome too.
Yeah. All right, guys, we found you a home.
I think we gotta
It
go
doesn't have
up.
all your requisites. It's got only like 2
Just
clips.
put them in a big cardboard box and
Buy
like,
a
you know,
puddle.
find you a new home.
All right.
Find you
Okay.
a home. It's a cardboard box. Congratulations.
Next to a puddle.
Yeah, with a little
Puddle's like
sign.
the sea. It's got water in it.
Well, here's the world map. So we'll find their home.
Can we, I don't know, ask around perhaps if there's
Should we
anyone
talk
that
to them
knows?
about it?
Yeah, go ahead, do whatever you want. The world's your oyster.
No, it's not. It's a world.
It's an oyster. It's a metaphor, Connor.
We're not in
I
bed.
understand it's an oyster, but oysters kind of nasty.
But there's pearls hidden in them.
Not all the time. In fact,
Sometimes.
Quite rarely.
Well, yeah, but it's the world's your oyster. There might be some really good shit in there. Probably not. It's probably gonna suck. But there could be some good stuff. So go look for it.
It's going to suck.
Well, I mean, if you just let the oyster alone long enough, all the sediment in it will eventually turn into something good. So basically, what you're telling me
Don't
is
be
I just
sedimental,
live in
Johnny.
the slimy, mucusy, sediment-filled garbage long enough, a pearl will form.
Usually, after you
Yes.
die.
Yes. Isn't that like the basis of every fairy tale?
I feel like I'm surrounded by Wikipedia pages. And I go over to the little group of people and I go, "Vegans, we have decided that we will take your quest."
So they're automatically vegans.
Well, we're not actually. Josie here's a freegan, but like the rest of us are just omnivores. You know, we enjoy everything there is to offer in life. Like, I mean, how could you not like chili cheese fries, for example? You know that like I could never be a vegan because
Or
of
the
that.
skulls of your enemies.
To each their own.
Yeah, sure. So like, are you gonna take the? Are you gonna help us find our home, man?
Sure.
Yes, we will.
Cool. Well, what's your name?
I am Viglas, the barbarians.
Kyla.
The barbarians, like plural, like there's more than one of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
I
a
feel
fascinating intake on your soul, man. Like, you feel divided, like there's more to you than you really understand. You should come with us. Like, our ceremony will totally help you find your inner self, dude.
I feel that you might be mocking the difference in the use of the plurals between the common and the ogre speech. I have worked very hard to perfect my common accent.
Well,
And now, the mighty heart of Vigloff is sad.
That's a microaggression right there, you know?
Oh, I totally didn't know. I was honestly talking about, like, each of us has so many different sides inside of us, and like sometimes you just need to gaze at the stars and figure out who you really are. That's why they call me Mary J. Stargazer.
Ever since I came to this land, that has been the one thing which Vigloff fears: to misspeak and not be able to fully express his poet soul in this garbage language you call common.
Come here, Vigloff. Come here. Let me give you a hug. We'll hug this out and make it better. And
There's not enough of you. The others must hug me also.
Guys, let's do the cinnamon swirl hug, okay? I feel like he needs it. And they hold hands in like a long line, and one person comes up and wraps one arm around you, and then the whole line of people begins to like swirl around you with their arms hooked. So it's one long circle, and it's the big spiral hug that goes all the way and squeezes tight with everyone there.
Oh my god.
Just make it up on the spot.
No, I have been involved in many cinnamon swirl hugs at a Burning Man, guys. This is a real thing, okay? This is a real thing.
Called a cinnamon swirl hug?
I was hoping
It is called the cinnamon swirl hug, yes.
I think Johnny takes a moment away from getting that Victor gave him to be jealous. He's like, hey, what's up with this? No love for Johnny?
Come
Oh.
on, Johnny. Just tack on the end and we can keep the spiral going, man. All of you, everyone.
I am not moving.
Kyla hides. No, just kidding.
Simon's like, I gotta be more drunk to play this game. I'm not ready for this.
It's just Victor.
What is this strange feeling that Vigloff is feeling?
Love.
Like
Stealing your money.
bloodlust, except for something different.
It's love, Vigloff. Do you feel it?
I think the other thing might be bones, Vigloff. Blood and bones.
Somehow, I do not feel like driving my enemies before me and listening to the wail of their widows.
Oh shit, he's breaking.
Today.
It's a long hug. It probably makes people watching a little uncomfortable how long it goes on, but eventually it
First
dissipates.
it's funny. Now it's
I just sip,
You
drink,
know,
and wait.
I will kill you all last.
Work through those feelings, man. You work right through them. We're here for you, no matter what.
Oh good, he hasn't broken.
Eventually the hug ends. The party and this other party led by Mary J. Stargazer are more or less ready to head out. So if you have any questions for them, you want to chat with them and sort it out, now's the time to do so. Or we can just go on the adventure if you already know where you're going to head.
Tell us where
I'm
your
not
home
even
is.
sure where we're heading, really. We have a vague description where we're heading. So maybe we should, like, I don't know, look for some information based on what they're said? You know, at
Sure.
least?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this player map. Does any of it look familiar to you?
There were like tall cliffs on 3 sides. It was foggy, right on the sea.
When the sun rose in the morning, was it over the sea or was it over the cliffs?
Neither, man. It rose from one side of the land, and like in the winter, it would go over the sea, and in the summer, it would go over the land, you know?
You are confusing me with your orbital libration effects.
saying it's to the south.
Yeah, the water was to the south. Wow. You know, we only just paid attention to the sun and like worried about where it went and came and goed to, because like the sun's the source of all life. But yeah, the water was to the south.
Are they from Darcis?
Darcis, Stoneport, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm not much of a thinker.
was thinking somewhere around Stoneport, but
Yeah. There is that little spot.
if you think about it, you know, like they sound pretty stoned all the time. So that's, you know.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about how you got here?
They don't. Okay, go ahead.
They poofed
well-
here. They took their medicine and then they like poofed here.
Yeah, it's like this natural medicine that comes from deep within the woods, and you like burn it and put it under your skin, and like it's so healing. It like helps reform your mind-body experience, you know, and sets you free.
That is very interesting. The only thing that Viglav has put under anybody's skin is his sword.
There we go.
So I wonder if they should be around a forest, right?
Yeah, that's
think
what I was thinking.
Stoneport doesn't necessarily have a lot of trees next to it. Or just
You know,
Darcy.
If
we
you
wish
got
we
here by
could live in the
taking
woods,
medicines,
but
the medicines get you back.
maybe. But we're like, ow, can you take us home so we can like get our medicine and then we can find where we need to go from there?
So you have no medicines here.
No, man, we didn't even intend on leaving the house. But
Could we
to what
find such
the
medicines here?
skinny-legged man is saying, like, unfortunately, there's no forest where we live. You know, that's like, if there were forests, we could just use forest and nature therapy to like overcome our problems. But because it's such like a barren wasteland of like plains and hills with no trees, you know, we gotta like use the tree medicine to feel at home in the trees when they're not there. You know what I mean?
So Darcis?
Do we need to find the medicines that you use, and if they got you here, they would help you return, and then you'll be back?
Yeah. Then we'll be back.
Yes.
Does anyone know
We'll
anyone
be
that grows
back.
medicine around here?
Nope. No.
Victor, you seem like a consumer of the medicine. You know what I mean?
I can't say I've partaken, but I know my brother. You know, he's the one you have to look out for. You know.
Ah,
Wait, I'm a rogue. Would I know of anything like this in like the, you know, underbelly of the, you know, city?
Wait, are your roguish dealings usually in like valuable jewels, gems, things like that, or have you also been involved in the passing of illicit drugs?
Oh, that's a good. That's actually a good point.
Yeah,
I think
Which
it's
you
more.
totally
I think
could-
it's more valuables
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
You're not so much
So-
the drug dealing rogue as the. Kylo
Yeah.
doesn't strike me as a drug dealer.
Nah.
Just not quite pushy enough.
Definitely not.
Yeah. But you probably know people in Berkshire who would be involved in that sort of thing, even if you yourself aren't.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the Stoneport have the cliffs? Is that why they call it Stoneport instead of no cliff sport?
I was thinking
I'm writing down no cliff sport. That
I've
would
been to. That's a great name.
Stoneport.
I've been to Stoneport before. Did they have cliffs?
Small ones. There were some like 20-foot bluffs.
Okay.
Yeah, not in the port, not in the town itself, but to either side of the town, there were bluffs.
Okay.
Perhaps you can describe the Stoneport to them, and maybe some of the places you know in the Stoneport, and see if that is where they are from.
I could try to ask some people I know about this medicine they took, see if they know what it was, maybe.
That sounds like a good idea. I think they're going to need more in order to travel.
That's very possible.
So were they? I mean, did they like magically poof here? Like after they took their thing?
Or they just don't remember anything.
How do they remember how long they have traveled?
Like, what day is it today? We took our medicine on like a Wednesday.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday then?
Oh
Okay.
man. Well, like, I don't think we poofed.
Yeah,
Unless
that's-
poofing is like boofing. But I don't think so.
Have you boofed yet?
That's kind of a personal question, but we're open souls. Yeah, man. Totally.
Kylo's lost.
Wait, what is boofing? Those dwarves over there said it was farting, but that seems unlikely.
No, man, no. Boofing is like a term for when 3 people want to be intimate together.
I thought that was a devil's triangle, which is also a drinking game, apparently, in a small area.
No, Devil's
What's that
Triangle's
about
never been a
VR?
drinking game. That's definitely like a derogatory term for a sex act. Yeah. Because, like, it shouldn't be devilish when 3 people just want to express each other and share their love together, right? There's nothing, like, evil about that. It's really a terrible, like, misunderstanding. You know, I think that's, like, part of the Puritan values that this kingdom was founded on. And it's, like, really holding us back as a society, man. You know, like, we should just be free to love each other.
Sure.
Oh boy.
So what you're saying?
Victor's just not even keeping up drinking at this point.
So what you're saying is that Vigloff should have 2 women's?
Well, no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that Vigloff should be Vigloff. You know?
That is true. I've always believed that.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing better to be.
You just be you. You love
I have
yourself.
always done that.
Then you're ahead of the game, man. You're ahead of the
Except
game.
for that short time when I was Frank, but that was horrible.
And that's what Wiglaf realized is actually Wreck-It Ralph. Because there's no one else he would like to be than himself.
Okay. All right.
People make a lot of sense.
I
Okay.
think we need to get these people out of here as soon as possible. They're starting to make my head swim in ways I don't like.
Yeah. Like
I
we should take our time, but like we should probably get going, you know?
Like that, right there. Whatever the hell
You know
that
what?
was, I didn't like it.
You know what we should do? We should just go to Stone and ask around there, just to get going.
I like it. Thank you, Victor.
Okay.
Let's go to Stonesport, everybody.
Yeah, just go to the Stone Port.
Sure.
All right.
Let's go.
I
Let's go.
very much like their philosophy that Vigloff is the best and he should have 2 women.
Mike-
You know, Wiglaf,
I'm like, oh.
it's not
I'm like, oh, good.
necessarily 2 women, you know.
I just say, oh, good.
I have always felt but did not know how to express.
Oh, good. They're not actually getting to him.
All right.
I don't think anything gets to Big Law.
So we're gonna go to a break, and when we come back, we're gonna go on an adventure to Stoneport to deliver these interesting people.
Most productive first hour ever?
Definitely.
I second that.
All right, we'll see you guys on the other side of the break. Bye, everyone.